everyone, Miss Katrina here.
And Miss Sam.
Welcome to Summer Streaming Series, a show where we watch the first episode of an old teen TV series and talk about it.
We will discuss the first episode, make predictions if we've never seen it, and tell you why you should or shouldn't watch it.
Everything we watch you can find online, so get ready to start your next binge watch.
I don't wanna wait for all night to be over. I want to know right now, what will it be? I don't wanna wait for all night to be over.
Hey everyone, Miss Katrina here.
And Miss Sam.
Today we are going to talk about the show Dawson's Creek.
It ran from 1998 to 2003.
So I'm going to give you a brief description of the show. It is a drama series chronicling the life of a wannabe filmmaker, Dawson Leary, and his best friend Joey, who's pretty much been in love with him their whole life. It also includes his friends Casey and the new girl in town, Jen. So let's start off with how the show starts, with Dawson and Joey in bed watching a movie. Seems a little inappropriate.
I wasn't allowed to do that when I was 15.
And they kind of touch on that. Like Joey says, maybe we're too old to be sleeping in bed together. Dawson's like, we've been doing it since we're 7. And she's like, yeah, but we're going in high school tomorrow.
Yeah.
My first thought, seeing the whole cast, was who would have thought that Katie Holmes would marry weirdo Tom Cruise? Number one thought.
And also, everyone else is pretty much working.
Except for Dawson. Like, Dawson is the least famous now as an adult than all the other cast members.
And he probably does stuff we just don't know.
I think he has like 1,000 kids. Like, he's one of those people. Well, Jen married, or I think she married Heath Ledger and they have a baby. And Casey, Joshua Jackson, has kind of been in a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's in your show.
And Katie Holmes, we all know her. So I've also noticed that touching the first episode is the whole, theme of the episode is can they remain friends while now being teenagers being opposite sex, which I guess is like an age-old question for a lot of people.
I guess going into high school really changes the whole dynamic. It's new atmosphere, there's more people.
But what really is different between middle school and high school? 9th to 10th grade, that much is really changing?
I guess you're supposed to be older, more mature. I don't know.
I don't know. Another point I pointed out was the intro is not the iconic
Oh my god, I was so upset about that.
I know,
what is this?
I didn't know. I just assumed it had always been this song and will always.
It was not a great song either. And I don't think I wanted to look it up, but I don't think the real intro came until the second season. So I think the whole first season had that weird
That weird intro?
That weird
Well, if you watched the video, you heard the intro in my little, a little intro slide. So you know what it sounds like. It will probably be stuck in your head for the next 15 years of your life, like it has been ours.
You just know that song and think of Dawson's Creek.
I don't think I've ever heard that song not on Dawson's Creek. I don't think it was ever on the radio.
No.
It was never popular. It was always just the Dawson's Creek theme song.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. We weren't really old enough to remember it being on the radio.
That's true. I might have been. A little. So we also have an intro to all the characters. So let's first talk about Dawson. He's an aspiring filmmaker.
He's honestly my least favorite character. He seems a little whiny to me.
Dawson, yeah, he definitely does seem a little bit whiny. I agree.
Maybe he develops more as the series goes on.
Probably. He also seems really spoiled. He has this huge house. His parents are seemingly perfect.
He has a good life.
He does have a really good life, and he has a big house too, right? I think it was really big. It looked like it was
It's on the lake.
Yeah, a nice rich area.
Obviously.
The creek.
Obviously Dawson's Creek.
It is on the creek. It makes sense. He also kind of is making up a little fling between his mom and her newscaster, I guess partner, co-anchor, yeah. So that's also interesting. He's kind of looking for drama, which is, that's his thing. He's a filmmaker.
He wants to see the story.
Yeah, he's looking for some interesting story to happen in his life, which, judging by the fact that the show's was on for a long time, there's gonna be a lot of interesting stories, let's be real. At the end of the first episode, though, we do see that Dawson is right.
His mom is with his co-anchor.
They kiss in front of the house.
very like
brazen.
Yes.
On the mom's part.
Like right in front of the house.
No,
They
it's
didn't
like
even hide it.
it's like she's not afraid at all.
Poor Joey was just rolling her boat.
Yeah, so
Down the creek.
Yeah, so Joey sees her. Let's talk about Joey a little bit. So her background is that her mom is not in the picture.
Yeah, I think she ran away.
Yeah, we're not really quite sure on that. I thought I heard she died, but maybe she disappeared.
Well, I thought she ran away. I could be very wrong.
The dad is in jail,
She lives with the sister and the sister's boyfriend.
who they very much like touch on the fact that he's black, and that's like a whole issue, I guess, in the town that they're from. This is also from '98, so it's a little dated. And the sister is pregnant, which is another, I guess, like nail in her coffin of not being like rich and.
I don't think she's married.
Yeah, I don't think they're married. She does say boyfriend, so I guess also a little more troublesome in 1998.
Yeah, I guess they just want to look for issues in the family after the dad got in jail.
I mean, the dad being in jail is like a pretty big issue, I would assume. Like, you know, it's got to like mix things up. Like,
Yeah.
Also, we have Pacey, which is Dawson's best friend.
He's a little bit of a hot mess.
Yeah, he seems a little bit of trouble. We don't really know a lot about him at first.
No, you don't really know his background.
Yeah, you don't know any information, but him and Dawson work at the movie store, and in the first episode, hot older mom comes in and flirts with him. What we later find out is who, Sam?
His teacher.
The teacher. Why not?
And she asked for The Graduate.
She does X for the Graduate, which, if you do not know the movie, it is about like a younger man, older woman type of affair, which kind of makes it also way more inappropriate.
The movie store was very nostalgic for me.
Yes.
With the VHS tapes.
There were a lot of VHS tapes, which I'm sure some of you don't know about, but we will quickly let you know, like Blockbuster Video. You'd walk in, there'd be huge walls of tapes, and then later DVDs, and you could pick what you wanted. There were probably 100,000 copies of like the newest movie, like The Bodyguard came out, and there's probably 1 million copies on the wall because everyone wanted it. And you got to like rush there and make sure you got one before they roll out.
Friday night, you would go to the movie store, pick out your movie, get some candy.
You ready for me? My brother used to go all the
Yep.
time.
Upset when they didn't have the movie you wanted. You had to
Yeah,
pick
and then you're like,
something
oh, now I gotta pick this old, like now I gotta watch Neverending Story again. But whatever, it happens. It was fine. Lastly in the cast is Jen, who has just moved to the Creek with her grandmother and grandfather, who seems to be very sick. He just had heart surgery. She's from New York, and we don't really know much about her, but there's definitely some allusion that she was troubled in the past.
There's definitely a story behind why she actually came. I don't think it had anything to do with the grandfather.
Being sick, it has nothing to do with the grandfather.
I think it just is like an excuse for her to come.
Like to kind of cover why she's really
Yeah.
there. The grandmother seems to be very religious, which Jen is not, and she does seem to fight her on, which definitely is setting us up for some real
Drama between the
some
two.
battles. Some other information that we might want to touch on is that Joey climbs a ladder to get into Dawson's window.
Just let me casually, ladder against the house.
Yeah, like you could probably use the door. Like the parents seem very cool. They seem to know that she's always there. I don't know why the ladder is necessary.
Make it more dramatic.
Front door is probably fine. Anything else? Oh, so they do end up all going out to the movies. Dawson, Jen kind of set up a kind of like love situation. Joey is not happy about it.
No.
She tries to be mean, and I'm pretty
really
sure
bad at it.
she's terrible at it. Like
She's not a mean person.
No, she's not a mean girl. You can tell that she has two boy best friends because she does not know how to be mean and catty, which we all learn.
Yeah.
She does have a sister though, which probably should have taught her.
The sister seems like she's a lot older though. So
Yeah,
she
that's
seems
true.
more like of a mom figure than like a sister.
So that's kind of setting up our love triangle, which I assume is going to happen between Jen, Joey, and Dawson. Dawson has no idea that Joey loves him, and it's like super clear she loves him. He seems like he's
oblivious.
yeah, he's like a bit of a dummy about the
She
situation.
just cares about his films and Steven Spielberg.
And now Jen apparently.
Yeah. She walked in slow motion.
She did walk in slow motion, which was really classic. I feel like you're not like setting up the new hot person in school unless she enters in slow motion. Okay, so I have not seen Dawson's Creek.
I have.
I definitely remember the show being on, but I was not interested in that show when it started, and I had no interest to watch it. So I'm gonna make my prediction of what I think is gonna happen. So first, I feel like Pacey is gonna continue to be a hot mess throughout the whole series. Just the teacher is just gonna be like the tip of the iceberg. He's just gonna get up to no good the whole time. Dawson, Jen, and Joey are gonna have this love triangle like I kind of brought up, but Dawson will never get with Joey, never gonna happen. They're gonna realize they're friends and just kind of move on from it. And my last prediction is that Jen has some like horrible backstory as to what brought her to the creek and why she's here, and we'll finally find out and everyone's gonna be scandalized.
I have watched it, so I already know how it ends. So
Was I like at least sort of spot on with any of them? Kind of, just a little?
Just a little.
Okay, so now we're gonna tell you if you should or should not watch Dawson's Creek. Miss Sam is gonna go first.
Alright, so I'm gonna say that you should watch it. To me, it's nostalgic. I used to watch it when I got home from high school. Like, I would tape it and then watch it. And I mean, maybe today I wouldn't like it as much as I did, so maybe I'll rewatch it and see what adult me thinks of Dawson's Creek.
But high school, you liked it though.
But high school me liked it. When it was on reruns on like whatever channel, I would tape it and then watch it.
Okay.
All the time before it was on before Hulu existed.
So I did not like Dawson's Creek. I didn't like it to begin with. I still don't like it. I think they're all really annoying. I don't really like the concept. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the show. For me, it was not my cup of tea. I probably will continue watching it, unless probably Miss Sam makes me, or I try to give it another chance. But I'm going a big fat no.
Hi everyone, we're back. So I just want to let you know, next week we're going to be talking about Awkward.
It's a story about our lives,
Literally.
pretty much.